right, let's be honest. Genetics. It can feel like a dense, overwhelming textbook sometimes, right?
Definitely.
But everyone, don't worry, because today we're going on a deep dive into DNA, and I promise it's going to be
Yeah.
clear, engaging, even fun. We're using this awesome source called The Basics of Genetics, Understanding DNA.
Mm-hmm.
It's super visual with all these cool graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring those to life for you, even if you're just listening. Get ready to unlock the mysteries of DNA and what makes you, well, you.
This source kicks things off with a really cool analogy.
Oh.
They compare DNA not to a blueprint, which is what we usually hear, but to a recipe book.
Okay, a recipe book.
Each gene is like a recipe, and the recipes make proteins, which are like the building blocks and workers of our bodies.
Oh, I like that. Instead of a blueprint for a house,
Uh,
it's a cookbook for building and running a human.
exactly.
But hold on, it's not just one cookbook per person, right?
Nope, not even close. Every single cell in your body contains this entire recipe book, which is mind-blowing when you think about it, like trillions of cells.
Yeah.
And each book has 46 chapters. Those are our chromosomes. And we get 23 from each parent, which we'll talk about more later.
So we're like walking libraries of genetic information. That's wild.
Totally.
The source also digs into the structure of DNA, like that famous double helix shape.
Right.
They describe it as this twisted ladder, which I totally remember from biology class.
Yeah, the sides of the ladder are sugar and phosphate molecules.
Okay.
But the rungs, that's where the magic happens. Each rung is a pair of these things called nitrogen bases.
Okay.
A always pairs with T, and C always pairs with G. It's like this super specific pairing, and that pairing is the code of life.
Wait, hold on. So my entire being, everything that makes me me, like quirks and all,
Yep.
is spelled out in this four-letter code.
Pretty much.
That's both amazing and a little bit freaky.
It's a lot to take in, for sure.
So how does this code actually turn into me?
Okay, so that's where gene expression comes in. Imagine DNA is like a master blueprint, right? Yeah.
Kept safe and sound in this vault in the cell.
Yeah.
When we need to build something, we don't use the original, we make a copy.
Okay.
That copy is RNA.
Right.
The RNA goes to the construction site, which is called the ribosome, and there a protein gets built based on the RNA instructions.
So it's like a cellular assembly line. Wow.
Exactly.
And all these proteins made from my DNA recipe book make me.
Precisely. That's how we get all our traits, like eye color, hair texture, everything. Even things like our risk for certain diseases.
So even those are in our DNA.
Yep. You know how some people can smell asparagus in their pee after they eat it?
Yeah.
That's actually because of a specific gene.
No way.
Yeah.
So even small genetic differences can make a big impact. It makes you realize how much information is packed into our cells.
It really is incredible.
But why should we care about all this? I mean, it's cool to know, but it's not just trivia, is it? Definitely not. This knowledge is incredibly powerful. The source talks about understanding ourselves better, treating diseases, and even tracing our ancestry. Imagine tracing your family's migrations over centuries just through your DNA.
That would be so cool.
You might find unexpected connections to history or even relatives you never knew existed.
Like a window into the past. And the source mentioned the future of medicine too. Things like gene editing and personalized treatments.
It's like we're on the edge of some major breakthroughs.
So we learned that DNA is like this recipe book, holding the code for our bodies. This code gets expressed through this crazy complex process, creating the proteins that make us unique.
Yeah.
And that knowledge can unlock our past, shape the future, maybe even rewrite our destinies in a way.
And the craziest part is we're just scratching the surface of what we know about DNA. There's so much more to discover.
That's what makes it so exciting. If you could peek into your own DNA, what one thing would you be most curious to find out? Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into this amazing world of genetics.
There's always something new to learn.
Absolutely.